feeling when you're talking to someone new and everything's going fine, and suddenly for no reason at all, you start spiraling and being like, wow, do they like talking to me, or are they only talking to me because I'm talking to them and they're too polite to stop talking to me? And they actually don't enjoy my presence at all because you're crazy? Well, not to worry, I made you a graph to calm your anxious, neurotic brain. This is a flowchart for, do they actually like you, or are they just polite? Are they just really good at pretending? First question, everyone starts here. Who initiated the initial interaction? So it could either be you or them. So if you initiated the first interaction, follow-up question is, did that person reciprocate? So there are 3 choices that you can pick from this. Number 1, they reciprocated warmly. Number 2, they reciprocated, but like they were kind of like non-committal about it, or like you felt like the vibe was kind of, they reciprocated, but it was kind of disinterested. And finally, number 3, no, they did not reciprocate. They were non-committal. They were flaky. So if you picked no, they did not reciprocate, then I'm sorry, they don't like you. It's kind of obvious. They're not even polite here. I'm sorry. This is the end of the chart for you. Short video, it's over. If you picked yes, they reciprocated warmly, that's great. Continue for the rest of the flowchart. If you picked yes, they did reciprocate, but it was kind of like disinterestedly or like non-committally, then this is what I call like a potential red flag, right? It's like an orange flag. It's like an orange option. If you picked this option, you should continue on this flowchart, or like continue following the graph, but your blinker should be on. So basically, as you move along the graph, right, there's gonna be potential red flags that I'm gonna like highlight to you. These are things that are basically like not complete deal breakers, but like the more you collect, the more likely it is that this person doesn't like you. I'm not gonna give you like a hard and fast number here of like how many of these little red flags you have to collect in order for them to be like, they don't like you. Just use your common sense. Like if you get like 5 of these in a row, okay, I guess that's a number, even though I said I wasn't gonna give you, okay, like I'd say like if you get like 3 of these, then like probably like 70% chance this person doesn't like you. Also, I am totally making these numbers up on the spot, okay? Don't listen to me. Basically, you should just watch the video but make up your own threshold as to whether or not this person likes you. Okay, if you picked they initiated the first interaction, then you also get to follow down to the rest of the chart. So the follow-up question for any of those, basically any of the options you pick, except for the one where they're like they actually didn't reciprocate, you follow on to the next question. Next question being, do they follow through on any plans that you guys make? So if you picked no for this option, then this is another potential red flag. Again, it's not a hard deal breaker. Here it's possible they're busy, right? Like if someone cancels on plans and you made together, but like take this as a sign, right? If it keeps happening several times in a row, then like come on, like you use your common sense. Like they're probably not that interested. It's very non-committal, okay? If you previously answered that they responded disinterestedly and then now they're not following through on plans, then this is the end, probably, most likely. They don't like you and they're being polite. However, if you picked yes, then follow-up question is, does this person seem glad to see you in person? So you can either pick yes or no for this question. If you picked no, follow-up question from this is, does this person just treat everyone kind of like this? Like, are they kind of like standoffish and like awkward and cold with everyone, or is it just you? So if you picked this person is like only awkward and like kind of cold and weird towards me, then likely they don't like you. If they're like cold in person and it's specific to you, then yeah, it's probably not their personality. They're probably just not into the conversation that much. They're probably just being polite when you speak to them. However, if you picked this person just seems to be like kind of awkward and kind of weird with everyone, it's possible they're just built that way. You know, like some people are just awkward. You can continue onward. I'd say this is not like a red flag. This is kind of neutral because maybe it's just their demeanor is just kind of awkward at the beginning. By the way, if you want to get a hard copy of this flowchart that I'm using, you can check out my Ko-fi page. It also features all of the other PDF guides of like all the other flowchart videos I've done. So like, are you in a situation? Does your crush like you? Do you like them? What other videos have I done? I can't even remember. Just check out the Ko-fi page. Any flowcharts, PDF files, they're all there. Thank you for supporting the channel. However, if you picked yes, they're glad to see you in person, obviously that's a good sign. So you continue on to the next question. Next question being, does this person, when you hang out, do they choose to sit next to you when possible? Follow-up question being, when you hang out with this person, do they choose to like be close proximity to you? Like for example, do they choose to sit next to you when possible? So if you picked no for this question, right, then again, this is like a potential mild red flag. This is like slightly yellow. Like it's not that big of a deal. Like it's it's not really red. It's like yellow, like you're in yellow colored flag, okay? Because this could be circumstantial, right? Like it could be avoidance, but also if someone doesn't sit next to you, it's not like a hard and fast rule that they don't like you. So just proceed with mild suspicion. Obviously, if you picked yes, they like to sit next to me or they try and sit next to me, that's a good sign. Follow-up question from that is, has this person ever initiated something unprompted? And by initiate here, right, this can be anything. Like it can be something really simple. It doesn't have to be like, has this person ever invited me to lunch together? It doesn't have to be like that. It could be something as small as like, do they text you unprompted without you initiating or texting them first, right? Like that counts too. So if you picked no, right, like this person doesn't text me first, they don't initiate first, they never ask me to go get coffee, blah, 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 then again, this is a potential red flag for sure, because here, even if they're like responding warmly when you invite them to things or when like you text them, they're still reacting in a friendly manner, obviously, but like in a reactive way, not in a proactive way. So here I would proceed with caution. Again, they might just be busy, but this is a good indicator of whether or not they actually enjoy actively talking to you. And if you picked yes, they do actually initiate unprompted, obviously that's a good sign. Both of these proceed down to the next question, obviously with the caveat of if you got the potential red flag. Follow-up question from this is this person, when you talk to them, are they like engaged when you speak to them? For example, like are they attentive, right? Do they pay attention when you speak to them? Like do they ask you questions? Do they make eye contact? You know, do they seem like they're actively listening? Honestly, it's just basic manners. Like do they have basic manners when they talk to you? If you picked no for this, then this is a deal breaker. This is the end of the chart for you, right? Like they're not engaged. If there's no basic manners, if you talk and they don't like make eye contact with you, or like they're polite, or they're on their phone, then like yeah, they don't like you that much. They're polite, maybe barely polite at this point. They're not passionate. Yeah, this is the bare minimum. I'm really sorry, but if you picked yes, good news, bare minimum that they pay attention to you when you talk to them. Follow-up question from this is, does this person send you like funny memes or like, you know, little texts or like weird things unprompted? So you can pick yes or no for this question, right? So if you picked yes, this person does send me like little funny memes or like little funny images. This is a new one, right? So like unlike the previous ones where it's a potential red flag, this is a potential green flag. So basically, if you said yes, this person does do this thing, then this is a positive sign that they do in fact like you. So again, this is something that you can keep track of to like figure out if this person actually does like you, or you can use it as like a neutralizer to any of the previous red flags that you had. So for example, let's say you had like 2 red flags tallied up, but you also got this and maybe now you have like 1 red flag, okay? It's not a hard and fast rule. Again, this is fake flowchart. But if you picked no, this person doesn't send me memes or like funny images, here this is not a potential red flag. This is the neutral option. Like if you picked no, that's fine. The value is 0, okay? It doesn't mean anything. It just means you didn't get the red flag. So here it's not a deal breaker, it's not a red flag, it's not even a bad sign if this person doesn't do this, because like this is like a particular type of behavior. Like some people are just not on their phone all the time, or like some people just don't send memes, you know? Like it means nothing. For both of these, you go into the next question, which is in a very similar vein from the last question. Does this person ever just send you things because they like remind them of you? So if you picked yes, again, this is a potential green flag, which you keep track of. If you pick no, again, not a deal breaker if they don't do this, because not everyone is perpetually online, unlike you, motherfucker, watching my videos, or they're just, I don't know, more mature, older. It's a good sign if you have it, but it's neutral if you don't. Both of these flow into the next question, which is not neutral and very important, which is, does this person, when you speak to them, remember small specific details about you? So you can pick yes or no for this question. So if you picked no, this person doesn't seem to remember little specific details about me. Like they seem to remember my name, what I do for a living, but like anything beyond that, it gets murky. Okay, so unlike the previous ones, as I said, this is kind of a red flag if they can't remember specific details about you. So keep track of this one. It's a pretty good indicator, because if people don't remember shit about you, it's really hard to argue that they like you. But I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, right? I'm gonna give you a follow-up question. They don't remember about you, but does this person forget about other people? Like, do they only not remember things about you, or do they just not remember things about anyone? So if you pick this person seems to remember things about other people, but they seem to just not pick up or like remember any small details about me, then I'm really sorry. This is a deal breaker. This is the end of the flowchart for you. Like this, you probably matter less to them than you'd like to admit. That sounds really mean. I'm really sorry. I don't mean it that way. You're probably a great person, but this person is probably not as interested in you. They're probably just being polite when they talk to you. However, if you picked this person seems to just not remember like jack shit about anyone. Like they can't remember my special details or like the name of my dog, but like they can't remember their dog's name. Like, you know, they seem to just be a forgetful person in general. And here it's possible that this person is just forgetful, right? Like I'll let you go back into the main route of questioning. You've escaped danger for now, okay? But also, like you want to hang out with someone that can't remember anything, but basically you're on thin ice, but I'm letting you go back into the regular chart. Okay, if you picked yes, this person does remember small specific things about you, then you also go into the next question. So if you picked yes, this person remembers things about me, or yes, they're forgetful, follow-up question for that is, has this person ever shared personal stories or details about themselves? So you can pick yes or no for this option, right? If you picked no for this option, again, I would say this is not a potential red flag per se, because a lot of people, when they first start talking to people, they're just kind of shy, right? Or like a lot of people just take a while to like open up to people, or they're just kind of private. This is something to keep in mind. I think this indicator becomes more relevant the longer you know this person. So like you should factor that in. Like, how long have you known this person? If they're like consistently like weeks and weeks, they've never shared any personal stories or details about themselves, like yeah, this is going to be more significant. It's going to start turning into a red flag. But if you're like first couple conversations, they're not really sharing that much, I think this is totally fine. It's totally neutral. Obviously, if you pick yes, they do share personal details and stories about themselves, that's a good sign. You both continue to the next question, which is, does this person ever say anything positive about you unprompted? Like, do they ever give you a compliment? Do they ever say nice things about you to other people? If you picked yes, then this is obviously a good sign. I'd say this is a green flag. If this person says something positive about you, I would keep a tally of this. If you picked no, this person doesn't say anything positive about me, like actively positively, it's possible that they're just quiet or awkward, and so they just don't compliment people. Again, I'm not gonna call it like a red flag, like you don't have to keep track of this one, but like it's still neutral, right? But like I think the longer you interact with someone, again, it's one of those things that becomes more significant. The question here is like if this person actively likes you, right? And like if a person is just like in conversation is just being polite, there should be active indications they enjoy hanging out with you, or there's something about you in particular they enjoy, like your personality. So again, not a red flag per se. I'd say it's like a beige flag, but something to keep in mind of in your head. So for both of these options, you both go into the next category of, do they ever ask you deeper questions about yourself, or like do you guys ever have deeper conversations, as in like conversations beyond surface level small talk, right? So if you pick the option of like, no, we only ever have surface level chit chat or like basic small talk, again, this is a potential red flag. I would keep track of this one. Again, it's one of those ones that becomes more significant the longer you know this person, in my opinion, right? If you actually enjoy hanging out to someone, I get that a lot of people don't like going really deep and dark twisted fantasy at the beginning of a conversation, right? Like if you don't know someone, like you're not comfortable doing that. But like I think if you enjoy hanging out with someone and it's not purely surface level, like you actively like hanging out with this person, I'd say at some point you guys would start talking about things that are not so just small talk, right? Like you start talking about more interesting things that like both people probably have more of an interest, or like is more substantial, right? Other option you can pick for this is obviously, yes, you guys do have deeper conversations that have transcended away from small talk, surface level chit chat. So for both of these, again, with potential red flag, both of these, you go into the next option, which is, has this person ever been emotionally open or vulnerable around you? So if you pick no, again, this is a potential red flag. I feel like I'm just flagging and I'm like, it's a potential red flag. You should be keeping track of these, by the way. Again, some people might just take longer to crack, but again, this is another very significant one, right? That you should take into account more and more as you know this person. I feel like a broken sprinkler is like the 5th time I've said this, okay? If this person never shares anything about their life, or like they never become less surface level, like you only have surface level chit chat, then it's very possible they don't see you in a way that's like accessible to them, or like they don't feel like you're someone that they want to share that aspect of their life with. They're probably just really polite with you, but they probably don't actively want to develop a deeper conversation with you. You see this a lot with like work colleagues. Like you could see someone for like 8 hours a day for like 2 years and you only ever talk about what you do on the weekends, right? Like that's someone you're polite to. You don't hate them. Like it's not someone you dislike, but it's not someone that you're not like actively looking to be friends. You know what I mean? Obviously, if you pick yes, that's a great sign that they probably do like you if they're able to share something about themselves. For both of these, the next question is, if this person jokes around you, or like they tease you, or they like lightly roast you, does their joking feel warm, or does it feel kind of hostile or passive aggressive to you? So if you picked no, it seems like sometimes they'll make fun of me, but it's kind of mean. Like it kind of feels a little hostile. It feels a little passive aggressive. If you picked this, I'm really sorry. They probably don't like you, because this is kind of like an active indication of like dislike, right? Sometimes people will say something and it's like blatantly insulting, but they'll be like, oh, but I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's just mean. I'm pretty sure that's just bullying. Either way, I'd say they probably don't want to get very close to you, or if they do, they're probably not someone that you're gonna want to hang around a lot, very much long term. If you want to get more in depth about this part, where like if someone secretly hates you, then you can check out my other video, Does This Person Secretly Hate You, to get more context on this, unless you're watching this video as soon as it drops, in which case that video is not out yet. Okay, I'm filming that video right now, but it'll be out soon. Okay, check the description. If you picked yes, this person will like casually casually poke fun at me or like they'll tease me, but it feels warm. It feels like we're actually just bantering, then that's fine. Go on to the next question. Follow-up question from this, linking from the previous question, is has this person ever done anything objectively mean to you? So obviously if you pick yes, then again, they probably don't like you, or it's not someone you want to hang out with anyway, so like it doesn't really matter if they like you. Like you don't want to be around a person like that. If you pick no, then that's a good sign. And obviously if you pick no, this person has never done anything objectively mean to you, then congratulations, they actually genuinely like you. You got the good ending, okay? It's not just surface level politeness. This person probably wants to develop a deeper emotional connection with you, which is amazing. But the most important question, which we've not touched on yet, is do you actually like them, or do you just want to be liked? Because you watch this entire video, right? You found out this person likes you, which is great, but like, do you like them, or do you just like the validation of being liked? If you pick Crystal, I think I just like the validation. I think I just like when people like me, then yeah, you're chasing approval, not connection. But if you picked, I do like this person, that's why I want to know, that's why I'm so invested in finding out whether or not they like me. I like them, they like me, amazing, you got the best ending, this is the good ending, okay? You enjoy hanging out with them, they enjoy hanging out with you, okay? You have congratulations, okay? Go send them this video. Tell me in the comments about your lifelong bond. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, if you like the flowcharts, you can check out my Ko-fi page to get a PDF version of this flowchart. You can also check out my other videos, which goes through a bunch of other neurotic, crazy scenarios to ease your anxious, brain-rotted brain. So go forth. Subscribe to my second channel. I have an Instagram. Look at the description, click everything in the description, blah, blah, blah.